Hi, if you wish to skip to the final product because this video is long and boring, there will be a link in the description. If you don't think the video is long and boring, please like and subscribe. Or if you just like the final product, also like and subscribe. Goodbye. Today let's talk about the difference between haunted and haunting when it comes to how music makes you feel, right? So haunting is often associated with sad but beautiful. So an opera singer in a cathedral singing a song in a minor key, that's haunting. A pop singer delivering a sad piano ballad can be haunting. But most people wouldn't describe it as haunted. What I mean by haunted is the same feeling you get when you're in a abandoned place, like an abandoned hospital or abandoned house. That feeling that you can get at night in those kind of locations where you feel like you're not alone. That anxiety you get in your chest. That feeling that the dead walks among you. That's haunted. And the way you get haunted is through a few different avenues. One, dissonance. Dissonance is a very easy way to make people feel uncomfortable because what dissonance is when intervals get really close. So it's like basically being purposefully out of tune. A great example of dissonant intervals would be if you took the bottom of the Jaws theme and played them at the same time, which kind of would sound like this. Disgusting. If you put that up a couple octaves on a piano, you get this jarring, like nails on a chalkboard sound. That's one way you can create that anxiety in someone's chest, and it's why a lot of themes, like horror movie themes, use dissonance. The second thing you can do to create that kind of tension is drones. I like using drones a lot when I try to make haunted, ambient, Halloween music. And the reason why drones are effective because it creates this foundation of which you can build a crumbling necropolis on top of, if that makes sense. Drones can create tension in their own right because now, let's say you have a drone sitting at sea on a double bass, a double ba-ba-da-da bass, right? And then you have a violin doing a chromatic line above it, like dun 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 dun. At some point in those intervals, you're gonna get naturally dissonance, and that dissonance will pull back to that drone. And what you can do to make it even worse is not let the violin resolve back to the correct note. That can create a lot of dissonance. And the third thing that I like to do is add sounds and textures that aren't normal or can often make you uncomfortable. So like, I know a lot of people like ASMR. They like whispers, they like the sound of chewing. Putting that in music really quietly while you have dissonance and a drone can makes you feel uncomfy. Especially if you pan it like full right, it sounds like someone's like whispering in your ear. That's haunted. If I wanted to make it sound like the dead are in the music, right? I should make it sound old. And the ways you can do that is one, make it sound like it's coming out of a phonograph by cutting off the high and low end. So it's like out of a ham radio. That sounds old. It sounds haunted. It's why a lot of horror movies use like old like show tune 1920s music. Even though the music was never meant to do that, because it's so old, it reminds us of a different time. It reminds us of people who might be dead now. That's haunted. I'm gonna try to make music using a couple weird objects and try to make it haunted, so stay tuned. Something from olden times, of my childhood even, the GameCube remote. So, cool thing about GameCube remotes compared to modern consoles that their controllers make a lot of noise. You might be thinking, GameCube controllers aren't that old, idiot. That's not that haunting. Well, how about a literal fossil? Every paleontologist on Earth is probably cringing at me right now, but we're gonna just How about a step ladder, huh? How many people have gotten injured for one of these things? Couldn't be me. We have all this vinyl of old music, and I can't sample any of it, I don't think, because it all falls under copyright. Which means that I'm going to have to find something on the public domain on the internet instead. So what I'm going to use for this song is samples from Honeysuckle Rose from the Symposium of Swing record, published in 1937. So, my general understanding of copyright law is that after 70 years has passed, the copyright expires, essentially. If this is not true, and you were a member of the orchestra or band that did the Symposium of Swing album, please contact me. I am cool with working anything out, even if it means taking the video down in the future. I want to protect your copyright if it is instated, but I also love music, so we're going to use it for now. A couple things. Let's talk about what I did to make this song. I added a double bass drone at C. I took the marimba solo from Honeysuckle Rose, and I slowed it down and even quantized it to make it not have that human feel anymore, to make it even more a little stuttery. I took the Fossil and GameCube noises to make textures that kind of play around in your ears. So, enjoy this song that's meant to sound haunted.